What's going on, Soul Tribe? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist 8. Justin here, and bring you another nugget to add to the Soul Tribe archive. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Sun in Cancer in the first house. And this is a really cool one here. You got a Cancer rising. So, one with the Sun, this is our life, our vitality. This is the light of the mind. This is like the soul's light here. This is a very important part of your chart. And this is where I feel you're growing into. How do you reach that higher light? You know, you're between the sun and the moon. That's how we reach that ascension energy. So this is how you shine your brightness in this realm. And then you have the Cancer energy. Love that. My son's in Cancer. But with Cancer is cardinal water energy. They're ruled by the moon. And so this is, you think about Cancer is the initiator of emotion. When they feel something, they can initiate with that, create with that. And so you get into this cycle with Cancer. You're working with the moon. Cancer can be a really expert manifester. So that's something, they're very intuitive, very in tune with their inner world here. So that's something that's very beneficial with Cancer, and very attuned to, because there's this, depending on, of course, the level of work that's been done, once this attunement is here, there's attunement to others as well in the environment. Cancer really knows how to feel out the vibe. They have this very flexible personality. With the moon, you're 1 minute, we're moon in Cancer, moon's in Leo, moon's in Virgo, moon's in Libra. So pay attention to that with Cancer. And then you got the first house. This is the house of this is a very strong place for the sun to be. The first house is the angular house. It's considered the best house. This is your horoscope. This is this covers your life force. This is your character. This is the body that we're talking about. This is where the ascendant lies. And I'm thinking about in whole sign astrology. But this is where, your personality, the beginnings of all actions. This is what the first house encompasses. So when you have this sun here, the biggest thing, where's your moon? That's the first thing we're looking at. Where's your moon? What's that doing? Because that not only is your sun linked with this, but your body is linked in this, depending on how close your sun is to your ascendant. Taking care of this vessel is going to be very integral to how you're manifesting in this world. So really pay attention to when something doesn't feel right. Just trust that. If it doesn't resonate with you, you don't gotta explain yourself. No, that's not doing it for me. It doesn't have to make sense. It's just, but pay attention to the cycles, because it's easy, I feel, with this kind of Cancer energy, because there's so much adaptability, and a lot of energies are around us, and we're taking care of ourselves, we're taking care of others, we're going to work, we're doing these things. We can pick up on other people's emotions and be initiating from, like, oh, can you do this for me? Oh, of course. And in Cancer, can you do this for me? Of course. And then of course, and then you're spread all types of way. You got all types of emotions, types of conversations, had to adapt to different things, and that takes on a lot. And so yeah, just making sure that you're just in sync with the moon when it's, and of course the rest of the chart is going to pan out to this as well. But your body's your livelihood. This could be, and I would say invest in yours. Of course I would tell that to any sign, of course, but really invest in taking care of this body, whether it's, and I mean just like a number of things. I could think, it's just like as the, how do I want to put this? As far as, like, I would say maybe taking different speech classes, possibly learning different languages. I would say even doing yoga, working out, things that help the water move. So, and have like a regimen, to having a system, not necessarily routine, but rituals, things that you do that keep you in a cyclical, that keep the body functioning well. So that would be a very big emphasis that I would pay attention here, but both for your physical and your emotional health as well. They're both tied in together. So when something's not feeling right, maybe pay attention to what you've been eating. Have you been switching, or noticing when you're craving a certain thing? With the sun here in Cancer, notice that where maybe something's coming up here. What's that mean for me? So But what else would I say with this? I think one thing too, depending on how the sun is being aspected, just being mindful about taking on the personalities of others, but also being too subjective, making sure to check outside of yourself every now and again. I feel this could be a very person who could be very comfortable in their inner world. Possibly here, someone who might want, and it, again, of course, it's going to depend on what that moon's doing. But this could be, I would just think in general, maybe someone who could be more introspective, a bit more subjective. So being sure to check outside of yourself every now and again. Make sure we're following up with commitments, whether it be relationships, different progress, or different projects, things along those lines, and not just doing things. I get we're doing stuff where we feel like it, but also know that we have obligations too. So that's something to keep in mind. That's why I feel like Cancer, having those rituals, keeping things in order, could be very beneficial for you. So that's my thoughts on this energy here, and I would love to hear if you have this placement, how that's been working with you, and maybe we get enough people talking about this, we can do a live on it. That's my ultimate goal with this. I'd love to have more kind of just be able to talk about this more, and create a space where we talk about this and see how we've been trade notes. So until next time, stay mindful out there, keep raising that vibration to the roof, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.